Hey guys, so I am back. Now, I want to first off apologise for the little hiatus or the bit where I wasn't uploading. Now, few technical issues. I did record all the way up to like episode 33, 34 of Summer Shredding. So today is the 11th of May, and I know the last time I uploaded, I think it was something like, it was April something, so it's been a ridiculous amount of time. And this won't be going up for a while either. Now what happened is I had all the footage on my computer, everything. We've done some really cool stuff, and I'll go through that in a second. But my motherboard just went kaput. It just completely went. The HDD, or the internal hard drive, went as well. Basically my computer was an Alienware X51. So if you know what that is, you'll understand. Really small case, really high end at the time. It's about 5 years old, so it's taken some abuse, and it's just basically melted everything. And sorry, I'm quite itchy. But anyway, first of all, apologies for that. Second of all, I want to say that Summer Shredding is coming back. It will start tomorrow, so today is the 11th of May. Tomorrow, the 12th. No, actually, I'm lying. It will start on the Sunday, because tomorrow's just the end of it, end of the week. So if I was to start tomorrow, you'd have a day, then nothing interesting. So I'm going to start on the Sunday, which will be the, I want to say the 14th. So yeah. Also, you notice that I'm not using my hands. This is great. This is not just because I've got a tripod. I've invested in a new camera. I'm enjoying this so much, I thought I'm going to put some time and money into it. So I bought myself a Sony RX103. If any of you know what that is, you'll understand. It was recommended by one of my friends, Sam. He's studying film in Ohio, so it's definitely a good buy. Right, so cracking on with the stuff that I've done. I'm going to put a few bits and pieces in that I've got saved on from my phone. This is the first time I've recorded with this, so I'm just basically seeing how it's going. Now, what I've recorded on my phone is the stuff that I didn't get a chance to put on the computer, which I'm really thankful for. Now, when I left you, I was still on a low carb diet. Now, I haven't been on a low carb diet for since before the 20th of April anyway. So before I left you, I was still on a low carb diet. I've gone off that now because I noticed my strength has gone. Well, had gone. It was going down. I usually pull about minimum 130 on a deadlift. I struggled with 100. So I was like, okay, I need to switch this up. I don't want to lose any size, but I still want to lose body fat. So what I also wasn't realizing is that I didn't know whether I was losing body fat or just muscle or mass or anything like that. So I decided to switch to the low fat. It's more of an experiment to see how it'll go. Now, at the moment, it's going really well. I've had to play around with a few macros a bit, because after doing some research online, it showed that depending on what you do, so if you're a sedimentary job, do no gym work, you times your body weight by 11 to get calories. Minimum sedimentary job with maximum 3 days at the gym, times by 12. Sedimentary job going more than 3 times a week, or active job going less than 3 times a week, times by 13, and then 14 if you've got an active job and go more than 3 times a week. Now I found that I would fit into the 13 category, but my body just basically went, no. So you're not going to lose weight on this, or body fat. It just stayed the same. It was pretty much, maybe I'll go down by 0.1% and go up 2, then go down 3, and it was just fluctuating along the same thing. I've got a graph to show you, so I'll put that in at some point. Probably do it in one of the Summer Shredding episodes to show you how I work out my macros. Now, I played around with it, and after a while, 12 was too little. I was getting too hungry and still carrying on losing strength. The 13 was too much. And I thought, I'm not going to go for points here. How else can I think about it? So I worked out the calories for what I did last year with the low carb, and thought, what is this multiplied by my body weight? So instead of times my body weight by a number to find out my calories, I got my calories, divided it by my body weight, and saw what the number was. Funnily enough, it was 12.5. So I'm using that now, and progress is absolutely hitting the fan. When I left you, I was probably about 179, 180, maybe down to 176. Since then, I'm now, I think this morning I weighed in at 171. 14% body fat. I bought myself a new set of scales, Fitbit Aria, something like that, ARIA. They measure your body fat, they measure you in pounds, and it's all connected to Wi-Fi. So it sends straight to your phone, so you don't have to write it down. Really happy with them. It took me a while to sort of go. I was a typical person where, okay, I'm not losing weight, it must be the scales, new scales, I'm not losing weight, okay, it's the scales. Then I thought, well, do you know what, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt. I am going to try and do my best and push myself a little bit more. Started losing weight. So it was all down to me. I was trying to blame the scales. So yeah, if you think it's the scales, it's probably not, it's probably you. If you do more and then end up starving yourself, and then look at getting another set of scales. Quick tip on the Fitbit Aria. You look on Amazon, the first one to come up is the black one. The black one is £85, which is about, I'd say probably about $100. If you go click on the white version, it's £65, which is probably more looking about $70, $75, if that. So for a different colour, I don't mind. It's the same thing. It's great. I don't mind that at all. Right, what else has happened? Okay, I went to see Kit Moore with Kelsey. Kelsey, I will talk about her loads now as though you know her, because she was happy with coming on camera with me. She did introduce herself. She did take the piss a little bit, not that much. She was supportive. She just found it a little bit weird at first. And I'm really thankful for that. If I'm honest, in my heart of hearts, I thought she'd take the piss and be like, well, why are you doing this? Why are you speaking to yourself? Blah, blah, blah. But no, she was fully supportive. And do you know what? That's probably the biggest gift she could have given me this year. So I'm really happy with that. And she's probably going to say, what about all the things I bought you? Anyway, so that's really helpful, and that's really increased my motivation and pushed me forward and said, okay, I'm going to do this a lot more now. So also what I did, as I say, went to see Kit Moore. Fantastic artist. Honestly, beforehand I was a bit like, not really that fast. I like his music, but he's not like so key. Kels really loves him to pieces. Like, his music is a big thing for her. So I was like, well, tickets aren't that expensive. We went to the Coco in London, and oh my god, I enjoyed the gig probably more than she did. His fan interaction was fantastic. His music was fantastic. I haven't got a fault to say about it. The venue was perfect for what his audience was. And damn, he was damn good. A little bit drunk, but country music. It's not like, if anyone that doesn't know what country music I'm talking about, it's more modern country. It's more like indie mixed with a bit of country. So it's not yeehaw, cowboy boots, everything like that. It's not. Honestly, go check him out and see what you think. It's definitely something that I wasn't expecting to like, but I really did. So, got a load of footage from that. Some really good footage. Sadly lost it. As I say, along with loads of footage with Kels. Which is a shame, lost it too. What else did I do? I went for a walk in Buckham Park, which is down the road. You've probably seen pictures of that on Instagram. If you follow me, if you don't, I'm gonna put a really shameless plug in. If you would like to follow me on Instagram, it's at Gary P Sawyer, GaryPSawyer. It'll be in the description, or it'll be a link on my channel or something. It'll be somewhere. It'll be on my channel somewhere, because I'm trying to be more active on it, and it's really quite key to fitness. I've found that lots of fitness people will say, oh, but post that on Instagram, post this, and I've never really been a big fan of posting pictures of myself. But, you know, if it's gonna have people come to my channel more, I'm all for it. So, done all that. At the gym, everything's been going swimmingly. One thing I have changed up is I was hitting legs twice a week, and I thought, I still want to grow my legs, so I want to hit them twice a week. I still want to grow my arm. I want to grow my chest as well. I want to grow my back. I want to do everything. So I sat for about a week thinking about it. I do like hitting things twice a week. So what I've decided to do is chest and triceps, back and biceps, legs and shoulders twice a week. I hit everything twice a week, no problems. Now you're probably thinking, for the more experts out there, or even just someone that's used their common sense in this, okay, pushing movement, you're using your triceps as well. As you can see the flex there, that's a bench press. Bench press, flex your triceps. Well, what I've done is there's a push day, so where I mainly focus on the bench press and the incline bench press and the dips and everything like that. So it's all pushing away from myself. Sorry. So those sorts of days, I'm going to be hitting the lateral head of the tricep. Now, if you don't know the tricep, I will show you now. It's not, actually I'll do this side because the lighting's better and you'll be able to see it better because I'm not that ripped. So, as you can see, it's like a horseshoe. This is your tricep here. This is the lateral head, outside. Now you notice when I pressed like that one flexed, which is, if you have a look at the back, it's there. So that is the one that we'll be using for a press movement, and that's the one that will be sort of, okay, supporting the press movement, but not too much. So it'll have some fatigue by the time I get to hit it, which might not be a bad thing. So chest, bench press will be done with lateral triceps, fly chest, so we're coming out here, and we're coming in, that's a fly. We'll be hitting the inside. So it's more of a compound movement as well. I will be doing things like lighter bench press just to get some blood into the chest, because it's quite an enjoyable exercise really. So when I'm going mainly pushing movements, I will be using barbells. On the other days I'll probably be using dumbbells or a machine, a hammer press, I don't know, something like that. So that's another good thing. So back and biceps. So I spent a little bit of time thinking about this because I was going to go, okay, I'm going to turn around now and carry on to hear me. Actually, you probably will. So as you can see, you got your back. So I was going to do the interior and the exterior of the back. Which would mean the interior would be things that are pulling inwards, and the exterior would be things that pull in outwards. And it started getting confusing because to work your lower lats is a really good inward exercise. So it started really complicating things, and I was like, okay, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do upper back and lower back. And that's made it a lot more easier. So upper back, I was complaining, oh no, you wouldn't have seen that, but there was a video that I did and I was complaining about no one hitting traps, and I skip it because I say I'm going to do it on shoulders, then I say I'm going to do it on back, and I seem to miss both. And for some reason I haven't clocked onto this till quite recently. Now, upper back, your traps are part of your upper back, so why not on upper back day hit traps? Makes sense. So for anyone that doesn't know much about back exercises, the basics are very, very simple. Back exercises, majority of them are pulling movements. So pulling, pulling, pulling. All pulling movements. The part of the back that you want to work is directly where you pull to, pretty much. It's quite vague, but if you pull to there, it's gonna work the mid part of your back. So you pull, intense, you pull to there, it's going to work, go low down, you'll feel it if you do it yourself. So it makes sense. So for example, I will be able to do the same exercises similarly, just my body position will be different, and you'll see that in some of the workouts that I will be posting in Summer Shredding. So keep posted for that, and hopefully you'll be able to understand what I'm talking about a little bit better here. Now legs is going to be attached with shoulders, and how I've oh sorry, I almost forgot, biceps. Biceps favourite guys movements, a favourite thing I just missed out on. Probably loads of unsubscribers now for missing biceps, but it's okay. So when I'm doing an upper movement, you'll find the majority of it will hit the, because your bicep will use your bicep will support a back exercise. It's sort of like a common fact. I don't find it because I have really good mind-muscle connection with my back, but if I do, I'll find that upper movements will often hit the long head of the bicep, which is the outside one. Here you've got the inside, the peak of the bicep and the long head. So if I'm hitting the long head subliminally, I can't say that word, I just realised that. So if I'm doing that, I'll do curls like this to hit the peak. My arms are tiny. And on the flip side, if I'm doing going to the lower bit, I can then do hammer curls and hit the long head, which is what I did today, which is why I'm not afraid to show them off. Wow, show them off. Anyway, moving on. Legs I'm going to be squatting again twice a week because I love squatting. If I could choose my favourite exercise, it would probably be the squat. Probably. Mainly because you just have to think about it so much, and when you do it, it feels so good. So I'll be squatting twice a week because if you do it, it will work the whole of your legs. If you do it to, how can I say, powerlifting standards, that's the word I'm looking for, powerlifting standards. So if you do it to there where you get parallel, you come back up, it will work your hamstrings, your quads, your glutes, your lower back, and your calves. So it'll work absolutely everything. So squats both times. Which way around was it? So I believe it's Wednesday quads and Friday hamstrings. Both have got calves with them. I believe that's the way around I did it. I can't really remember because obviously with a deadlift it works your posterior chain, i.e. your lower back, your glutes and your hamstrings. So I'm going to give them a bit of break in between those two, which I haven't done this week, so I'm going to switch it around. So that must mean hamstrings are on a Tuesday? Yeah, Tuesday. Hamstrings are on Tuesday, day 3, and quads are on a Friday, but I'm doing that a different way around this week, so don't get confused by that. I'm not recording it, so you probably didn't need to know that. So shoulders. Now, you've just come off of a heavy bench press on the Sunday or the day 1. So by Tuesday, you're going to be like, actually, your front delts have supported all that bench press. They may still be a little bit sore, your chest might still be a little bit sore. So what I decided to do is work the rear delts and the medial delt, which is, if I flex them out here, you can see them both. Well, you can see the mid, possibly? I don't know. There we go, that's better. So you can see the mid delt and the rear delt. They're the two that we're going to be hitting. I should have done it this side. Yeah, okay. Mid delt, rear delt. Now, very, very basic. The reason why I'm doing medial deltoid, mid delt, whatever you want to call it, as well, is because that one's going to give you the width. So it's almost like the bench press of chest. The medial deltoid, sorry, that was really, really disgustingly said. That's sort of like the bench press. So any push movement of your head will work that. That's like the bench press of shoulders. So if you want to grow your shoulders, you've got to hit the mid, and it'll make them look bigger, and the other two will support them. So as I was saying, I'm going to be hitting rear delts and mid delts. Now the way you do that is, instead of doing a backwards fly for back, so where you come back, instead of coming in like that, that's a fly, you do a backwards fly to come out. So all you literally do, keep your elbows up and come like that. I will show you now actually, because you might be able to see in this lighting. This lighting's pretty good. So that's a back, so you can see the, hopefully you can see the shoulder blades pushing together. This is a delt, so you can see the trap and the rear delt contracting, and you see what I mean. So it's important to keep your elbows up and your hands that way rather than that way. That way's your back, that way's your shoulders. Very simple, very, very common mistake that lots of people make. So with rear delts, I will be doing things like behind the neck press. Now people are very scared of that movement because they think it can damage you. Personally, I feel that it's a really good stretch on the chest, and I can't go as heavy as I can because the front delt's a much superior muscle to the rear delt. Can't go as heavy as I can with just an overhead press like that, but behind the neck, I feel it's a better contraction. Go higher reps. As I've said before, maybe you might not have seen it, shoulders need higher rep ranges because, as I say, maybe you haven't seen that, they need more abuse, really, because they're so used to the heavy loads coming off of a bench press, and definitely an incline bench press. That is very, very secondary, because you are pushing up, but you're also pushing forwards as well. So high reps, I would say between 12 to 20 reps. Heavier weights, maybe 10 to 12. But that's just my opinion. That everyone has their own opinion. That's the one that I go with. So obviously doing rear delts and medial delt on the Tuesday means Friday is front delt and medial delt too, which will mean the overhead press, which works both at the same time, I find. So when I'm doing the rear delts, I'll just do a regular overhead press with dumbbells. On the front delt day, I will do an Arnold press, which basically it's the same thing. You just bring it around to the front afterwards and go up. So it does incorporate more of the frontal delt. That's basically it for my training changes. I've started doing less like supported ab work, if that makes sense. So I've started using the mats a little bit more. If I am doing supported leg work, ab work even, not legs, don't know if I said that before. So if I'm doing more ab work, it will be, and it's supported, i.e. on a decline bench or something, that's what I count as supported. You use an equipment to help you. It will be because I'm trying to, it's difficult to explain. I know you can't build your abs, but you can build your core strength. So I'm trying to put plates over my head and do sit-ups or crunches like that. So I've seen a guy called Ulysses Jr. If you haven't checked him out, his abs are insane. He does some crazy stuff with his abdominal muscles. So I'm going to see if I can get somewhere near that. I probably won't anytime soon because he's just crazy. But have your own goals. Now something else I didn't mention is barbell curls. Barbell curls I'll be doing twice a week because I have a goal in my head about my arms. I've probably mentioned before, I don't know whether you've seen it, as I say, there was about 15 to 20 episodes that didn't get saved or they didn't get uploaded. So if I have missed anything out, I'm sorry. But my bicep curls, I want to get on a barbell, I want to be able to curl 60. That is my goal probably for this year. I can do 40 roughly, so that's my goal at the moment. So if you do see me curling a squat rack, it's because I've got that goal in my head, and the only way to achieve a goal is by doing it. Really, it's practice. It's getting stronger at that movement. Okay, you can do supporting movements, but at the same time, so for example, dumbbell curls, yeah, they'll work because they'll ensure that you get the same size bicep on each side and you'll have equal strength. But at the same time, you want a barbell curl, you need to barbell curl. Makes sense. Anyway, that's a little bit about my actually I haven't finished yet. I'm talking rubbish. So I have a computer-ish on the way. I basically, without going into too much detail, I applied for a loan. The loan got accepted. I've sent it away, signed for it. I'm just waiting for them to transfer the money over. Now, looking at it, it's a great deal, and I'm going to be getting a MacBook from it, so I'll need to learn how to use Final Cut, but that shouldn't take too much time. I've been watching some tutorials in preparation. Other than that, we're waiting on that to come through. That's why if this video goes up maybe next Sunday or the Sunday after, it's due to that reason. But anyway, I'm going to sign off here. Thanks for being patient with me while I had these few technical errors, and I'll speak to you guys a bit later.